last episode, we cleared the whole cow level and we got all of these items. So all these stats, all these prefixes and suffixes. Now we organized them a bit better. We still didn't really organize them by the level or anything. But we probably got to get more items. We got lots of swords. We got a whole bunch of bows and crossbows and throwing weapons and pole arms and maces. We don't have too many axes or sorceress weapons. We got one necromancer weapon and a bunch of assassin weapons. Cool, so now let's go fill this up more. Let's go find some more items. Yeah, it's probably just some more cows. I don't know, it's really easy. It's a really small place. There's not too many. You don't have to worry about them healing. It's just really simple. There's lots of chests and lots of rocks to hit over, and they drop lots of blue items. We're looking for blue items. And then actually I think the Cow King always drops like blue items or rare items, right? Or something like that. He seems to have a really high drop chance of stuff anyways. Where is he? Is the Cow King in here? Didn't see any lightning coming up. Oh, there he is. There's the Cow King. Oh, I dropped a whole bunch of runes, so we got a rune lottery. Huh, cool. Okay. Might as well pick up the runes, I guess, then I'll put them in the rune stalker. Yeah, and then just tons and tons of blue items. Perfect. Exactly what we're looking for. We want all of the blue items. So, spirit crown, belts, gothic plates, blessed edges, stag bows. A whole bunch of stuff. And then there we go, and now we have a whole new inventory of stuff. So now that we have these organized better, I guess we just look for, do we have any hats? Yes. So we have a rare hat. Token of Frost Shield. Okay, so that's a prefix only. We'll just put it over here. And the helmet's token of the referee. Okay, so that's a prefix. Cool. Yeah, let's get some armors in here. We got the Holy Token of the Scalemaster. Okay, so that has two different things on it. +3 to enchant, so any class could have a enchant that'll raise your attack rating by over 100%. Wow, that's really good. Heavy token of the Gargantuan. Yeah, so the heavy token, it's a level 1 required, but because it got the Gargantuan mod, now it's level 22, so that's not as good as it could be. Okay, yeah, and then we got another armor here. Token of the Phoenix. We'll just put that over there for now. There we go. Yeah, and then we had armor. Bright token. Increases your maximum life by 8%, so it could go up to 12, I think. 12 or 16, one of the two. Then we got some belts, probably. Yeah, token of stability, so we could put that in the prefix side. And the ochre token, we could put the ochre token on the suffix. Whoops, I messed those up. Okay, this is the prefix. That's the suffix. Hopefully that's right. Okay, then we got a glorious token. Yeah, that goes over here. Okay, so enhanced defense at level 14. Got the token of restoration. So that's the durability. You can get durability. Why does it require level 12? In 20 seconds. Oh, because maybe there's a new one. Maybe it's less. The other one's 33 seconds, isn't it? So there's a higher tier of restoration, self-repair at level 12. So level 1 and level 12 maybe then. Sweet, so we're learning all kinds of information. Then we got a rare gloves that we know nothing about, just has way too many stats on it to even comprehend at this point. Then we got a token of blocking. Okay, token of blocking. We got tons of token of blockings anyways. Blocking seems to be a pretty common thing. And we got a devious token, magic damage reduced, level 5. Token of ease, that's gonna requirements minus. Level 31, probably because of the Holy Freeze aura. Okay, yeah, because the class shields, they're going to be different. It always does have a resistance on it. Token of regeneration. Replenish life. Okay. So we have to figure out what all those mean. Those ones are going to be confusing, all the specific ones. Maybe we should just hold the specific shields, the class shields, off until later. Wow, we got our first double stat shield. Lion branded token of blocking. Okay. Paladin skills, blocking chance. Level 15. We got a rare shield with way too many stats. Well, it's a shield of blocking with some other stats we don't know about. Okay, then we got a shield, right? Yeah, some rainbow token. Yeah, so the rainbow is all resistances. Yeah, that's what I would imagine. And then they always have poison damage. They always have poison skill damage. And then a necromancer skill. Cool, that's what those are. Oh, now we're onto the weapons, I guess. We gotta put the weapons in here. The Merciless Token of Simplicity. So that's a dual stat. There's 2 stats on that one. Token of Wrath, Mana Steel. So it goes to 7 to 9%. That's what we know so far. And we got the Token of Storms. Okay. Yeah, some more Storm. Elemental damage at level 39. So eventually we're going to have all of them. Token of Amplify damage. That's a really good one, right? Level 30 require. Or level 20. Oh, level 20 you can get it on weapons. Chance to cast Amplify damage is probably super sick for any melee or ranged character. Yeah, it just increases your damage by so much. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just put these in. I'm not going to sit here for like 10 minutes organizing, talking about everything. We put in a whole bunch of stuff already. It's just going to be more weapons. We're adding... Oh, Tiger Strike. Token of the Skill Master. Sweet. That's pretty cool. Whatever Tiger Strike is. And then there we go. We have another empty inventory again. We moved a whole bunch of stuff in here, so... Yeah, maybe we'll just clear the cow level. We'll get all of our items here, and then we'll see what we get. Yeah, cause we'll just fill it up. We gotta organize it. We gotta get rid of the duplicate items. We don't need duplicates. We gotta see what items we have and see what items we still need. We should be able to get probably a lot of them anyways. Wow, we're just getting so many blue items here. We're gonna have all the stats pretty soon, hopefully, unless we're missing some. Some of them are probably super rare, so we're probably gonna have a trouble getting some of the stats maybe. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what 2 runs of the cow level gives us for items. So, I'll probably just cut back till I have a full inventory again. Wrist blades. Then I'll have to figure out what I do. Maybe I just want to pick up the white class items just so it's not screwed up by all the class skills or something. I'm not sure. Actually, we know that they could have class skills and other modifiers on them. So I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe the class weapons are really good, because then you could find something with a really good 6 stat rares plus 3 different skills to your class. That would make sense. So I didn't quite get as much, I guess. I got a lot less items. Well, that's alright. Yes, let's just throw these in here quick. We got a token of memory. Okay, yeah, let's throw them all in there, and then we'll just organize them a bit better. Alright, there we go. I don't know, I spent just like probably 2 hours looking at all the prefixes and the suffixes and what all the specific things can spawn with, and then I don't need to pick up every single item. Yeah, I could definitely condense it a little bit. Yeah, if I just simplify it, just pick up the helmets probably, and then maybe the circlets will be on a different page, and the armor is going to be the same almost, but the weapons, I don't need the daggers, because the daggers are just necromancer weapons. So later, well, I'm just going to be picking up a dagger. I'm just going to be looking for the skills that can only spawn on the daggers. That makes sense. That would definitely save up space in the inventory. Yeah, then I could look at it a lot better. Yeah, because I don't need to collect every single weapon. If the prefixes and the suffixes spawn on all melee weapons, then I just need to collect 1 melee weapon. So I'll just pick 2-handed swords just because the inventory graphic looks nice. Yeah, so now when I'm just out farming, I'm just going to be looking for 2-handed swords, and then I'll just have to organize this page here for melee weapons, because they'll all appear on the same thing anyways. Superior token. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do with that. Yeah, and then the bows, I could just pick up all the basic bows, because we know that all the Amazon bows, they're going to spawn with +1 bow and crossbow skills, maybe +2 sometimes, or maybe with no plus skills on them. Yeah, and then the bows and the crossbows, they're exactly the same mods anyways, so I'll just fill it with bows. Yeah, then I'll have to have some way. Yeah, I'll have the Amazon bows on some other page maybe. Or it doesn't make a difference because they're just auto mods. Because these can spawn on top of the auto mods then. Yeah, so I'll just take out all those, and I'm not going to pick up bolts because bolts are exactly the same as arrows anyway, so that'll save that space too. I don't need the bolts, so I'll just collect all the arrows. There's only 15 prefixes and 15 suffixes, so just take out 10, 20. So all the arrows could fit on here, and that'll just be all the arrow and bolt prefixes. Yeah, and then I could pretty much, all the javelins, the thrown weapons, they're a bit specific. I'll have to think about those. Maybe I won't pick them up. Maybe later. Just all the thrown weapons. Maybe pick up javelins or something. Or no, I'll just worry about those later. I guess I won't pick up thrown weapons. I'll just do melee weapons, and then polearms spears can spawn with a jab with the Amazon scales, right? That's the only difference about them. Poleaxes, they're exactly the same as the swords and other melee weapons, so I'm not gonna pick up those. That's just another page of stuff I don't need. Yeah, later I'll just pick up all the class-specific ones and worry about that. So I'll get all those gone. And the maces, pretty much, well, there's druid maces and paladin maces, right? There's druid-only skills, and there's a paladin-only skills. So there's a paladin mace and then a druid mace. So it's going to be exactly the same as the melee stats almost. Yeah, except it's just going to have paladin or druid skills on it, so I don't need to pick up maces anymore. Yeah, and then axes, are they different? No, axes are the same thing, so I'm just not going to pick up axes at all. That's just going to save so much space. Well, maybe rare stuff? Maybe the rare items, okay. Yeah, maybe just not magical axes. So those are all going to go. And then these are pretty much the exact same thing, right? They're just going to spawn with, yeah, sorceress auto mods. Okay, and then, yeah, there are some specific mods, but I'll get those later. I'll get the sorceress, all the class ones later, so we'll get rid of those. Yeah, because when I'm farming, I'll just go through, and it'll be easier to just focus on some type of items. And then I could just go run through later and pick up only sorceress weapons or something. That would work. Yeah, that would make sense. Here, and then even more optimization. Yeah, I can't even speak. Okay. Here, and then, yeah, all the bows. The only difference is really the wailing and the howling modifier. Yeah, or the plus to Amazon scales. That's the only difference. So I'm just gonna keep unique ones like the Fletcher's token. You could only get that on bows or gloves, I think. And then the howling token. Yeah, because the hit causes them to flee 50%. You could get that on all weapons. But then the 18%, you could only get that on bows for some reason. It's the exact same level requirement, so I gotta try to figure that out. That's why I just kept those ones. But all these bows could go, because you could just find them on all melee weapon, or yeah, all weapons anyways. 5% chance to cast, I could find that on a sword and then just have it on the one page here. Yeah, then I could just have a couple pages of all the levels as they go up, because I have a level 1, level 13, level 16, level 18, level 24, and then the suffixes, level 4, level 12, level 19, level 20. Oh, yeah, there's the amplified damage one right there. Yeah, so we don't even need these bows. Where'd the amplified damage go? It's gone. It's gone. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's exactly the same anyways. You could get them on swords and bows, or I don't know, maybe I should get them. Yeah, it does look really neat, because then you could say you could get the amplified damage on swords and bows, but then I don't know, it's not specific to a bow. I'll just leave that there right now. Yeah, and then we don't need these one-handed swords, that's right. And then just all the rarer items. Yeah, and then the armors, I'm not too sure. Maybe these just, yeah, maybe don't pick up those. Well, I'll keep the rare ones. Yeah, because they're exactly the same anyways. They're just going to have, like, plus the barbarian skills or plus the druid skills as some other ability. So I'm just going to go collect those later then. Yes, we could get rid of all of this stuff. All of this stuff we don't need. We don't need any of it. Wow, we just picked all that up. But this is progress. This is trying things, filling up the inventory, sorting it, and then figuring you didn't actually need any of it yet. There we go. Yeah, just sell everything. Yeah, and then even more good news. It turns out we don't need all these caps. Yeah, we just need the armors maybe, because yeah, because the way it works is just basically like all of these are on all armors. Yeah, so we'll just make an armor tab and we'll say these are on all armors, and then we'll just keep the ones that are torso specific. So there is stats that only appear on chest pieces. So we'll keep those ones, but then the hats, there is a few other ones. Yeah, like the worms. I think the mana is only on the helms. So yeah, maybe we'll just keep the mana ones, just the ones that are unique to it. So the gloves were just some like Amazon scales, and then dual leech and stuff, and then the belts, they just had some damage and some other things. Those are the ones unique. And then the boots, they just had the faster run walk, that was unique to them. And then the shields, we just found out that it could spawn with 1 to 3 paladin skills. Yeah, 1 to 3 paladin skills, level 1 to 3. And then it always spawns with all resistances on it. So we'll just pick up all the basic shields. Yeah, gotta make it super simple because we know these are gonna spawn with all of these mods plus the resistances plus paladin skills. And exactly the same for the necromancer one. It's just gonna spawn with necromancer skills. And then some poison auto modifiers. So there we go. Now our bank's looking really clean. We just picked all these up. Now we're gonna get rid of them. They only sell for $1, but that's all right. We don't really need these anymore. We picked them all up. We found out we found out what they do. It did help us because we knew nothing about them, but now we know that they come with auto modifiers on them, and they will always have certain stats on them. Okay, on top of what the other ones are, so that's good. So then there we go. I think we did a lot this episode. We organized everything. We went from picking up every single item, and then we learned about the class specific items. So they're always going to spawn with up to 3 class skills on them. Paladin shield will spawn with resistance. The necromancer shield spawns with poison damage, and the dagger is a necromancer weapon, so the dagger spawns with poison and necromancer skills. And then the throwing knives, those are assassin weapons, so the throwing knives always spawn with assassin skills, and the barbarian throwing weapons spawn with barbarian skills, and the javelins spawn with Amazon skills. So we're just gonna keep it super simple. So next time we're just gonna collect armor pieces. Yeah, then we're gonna get all the stats that can spawn on armor pieces. So armor pieces, helmets, so they'll spawn on everything. And then we'll just pick up two-handed swords. So then we'll just start collecting all the stuff that spawns on all weapons. Yeah, and then just stuff that only spawns on melee weapons too. There's only stuff that spawns on melee weapons. Or is that hand-to-hand? I don't know. Just okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so then basically the melee weapon stats, they're just going to add a plus to barbarian skills. So for the swords, we're also looking for plus to barbarian skills because those are melee only specific weapons. Alright, sweet. Yes, now we know what we're looking for. We're just picking up chest armor pieces and then two-handed swords. Awesome. That's what we're doing next episode. We're going to collect all the melee, all the weapon stats and all the armor stats. Yeah, and then later we'll get all the helmet stats and the belt stats and then the gloves and then the class-specific ones probably, and then the helmets and then the circlets have specific ones. Yeah, and then later we'll start picking up the rings and the amulets and then the jewels and then the charms. The charms doesn't really have too many stats. Yeah, the charms list is pretty small. That should be quick, especially if we're just only picking up charms.